Hello students and Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ms. Sadaf Suhail and I'm here to welcome you all in my virtual classroom. How are you all? I hope you all are happy, healthy and safe. How are you feeling today? Are you excited about today's class? I am super excited. Before I begin my class, I would like to share with you all few tips. The first tip is always remember to keep with yourself some stationeries and a notebook. You can note down any of the important points while watching my videos. If you are unable to understand any of the concepts, you can watch my videos again and again. And the last is do practice of the concept which you learn in the videos on regular basis. It will enhance your learning and understanding. You must be wondering what are we going to learn today. So let me share with you all today's topic. Today we are going to learn about ratio. After this video lesson, you will be able to learn about ratios, how to define it, write and read ratios in different forms, simplify ratios, and find the missing values of equivalent ratios. So let's move on. What are ratios? Any idea? Think. Before I define about ratio, let's have a look on pictures. On the left side of your screen, there are glasses, and on the right side, there are mugs. If I ask you to compare both the number of glasses and the number of mugs, so in how many ways can you compare them? I am giving you few seconds to think about it. Time is up. Now, let's discuss. You may have thought that there are three more glasses than mugs, or there are three fewer mugs than glasses. Some may have thought that there are twice as many glasses as mugs, or there are half as many mugs as glasses. Some may have thought that the number of glasses to the number of mugs is 6 to 3, or the number of mugs to the number of glasses is 3 to 6, right? So, such comparison of numbers or quantities is called a ratio. Or, in other words, we can say that a ratio is a comparison of numbers or quantities of different items. Now, we are going to learn how to write and read ratios. So, let's have a look on pictures. We have 5 dogs and 6 cats. It means that we have 5 dogs on every 6 cats. So, how to write? The first form of writing ratio is the word form. We can write that 5 dogs to 6 cats. The next is the colon form, which says 5 colon 6. But remember, we will read it as 5 to 6. And in the last, we have a fraction form, which says 5 over 6. What we have learned that there are three forms of writing ratios: word form, colon form, and the fraction. Let's move ahead and have a look on the next example. The parking lot has 5 cars for every 2 motorcycles. Write that as a ratio. What do you think? What will be right first? Cars or motorcycles? Here in the question, it's cars written first and motorcycles second. Think what will be right first? Right. We will write cars to motorcycles. Why? Because order matters a lot in ratios. In this question, cars have written first and motorcycles second. So we will write cars to motorcycle, which is 5 to 2. And we can also write in colon form 5 colon 2 and fraction form 5 over 2. And always remember about order. So let's do another example which is little bit tricky. Class 5 has 6 boys and 7 girls. What is the ratio of boys to total number of students? This is another kind of question which we solve in ratio. The mistake which usually students make is to write boys to girls, which is 6 to 7. But this is incorrect. Why do you think it's incorrect? Let's read the question one more time. What is the ratio of boys to total number of students? So in the question it is, they are asking in the question to write the ratio of boys to the number of students. We know the number of boys, but we don't know the number of students. For that, we need to add one more step to find the number of students. 6 boys and 7 girls make 13 students. So we can write 6 to 13, which is the correct answer. So writing ratio is not much challenging, but sometimes we mix up. So be very careful of that. Alright? So now let's go ahead and learn how to simplify ratio with the help of few examples. The first example we have 4 to 12. Remember, to simplify ratio is same as to simplify fraction. So for that we need to find the greatest common factor of both the numbers. So what do you think, what numbers goes in both 4 and 12? You can say 2, but think of the greater than 2, which goes in both the numbers 4 and 12. Yes, you are right. It is 4. So the greatest common factor of both the ratio is 4. Now, to simplify it, we are going to divide 4 by 4 and 12 by 4. And we will get 1 to 3. So this is how we will find the simplified ratio. Now let's move on another example, which is 9 to 15. Now think of a number which goes in both 9 and 15, and which is the greatest common factor as well. So 3 is the number which can be divided by 9 and 15 to get our simplified ratio. Now the third example has 3 numbers, which is 12 to 9 to 3. Now we need to think of a number which can goes in all the 3 tables and which is also the greatest common factor of all 3 numbers. So 3 is the number which can be divided by all 3, 12 divided by 3, 9 divided by 3 and 3 divided by 3. And we get our simplified ratio which is 4 to 3 to 1. So this is how we are going to simplify ratio, by dividing them to their greatest common factor. Alright, now we are going to learn how to find the missing ratios with the help of very interesting example. Here in the example we have two bags, bag A and bag B. Let's read the example. The ratio of number of oranges in bag A to the number of oranges in bag B is 3 to 5. Bag A contains 12 oranges. Find the number of oranges in bag B. So, the summary of the question is that bag A, there are two bags, bag A and bag B, both are filled with oranges. But in bag B, there are more oranges than bag A. How can we know that? Because of their ratio. The ratio is written 3 to 5. It means that for every 3 oranges, there are 5 oranges in bag B. So for finding missing ratio, we will take equivalent ratio of it. So we will think of a number, we will multiply by 3 to get 12. And with the same number, we are going to multiply by 5. Let's have a look. 4. 4 is the number by which we multiply by 3 to get 12. And with the same number, we will multiply by 5 to get the missing value, to get the unknown number, which is 20. 4, 5 multiplied by 4 is 20. So the number of oranges in bag B are 20. So this is how we will find the missing ratios, missing numbers and missing value with the help of equivalent ratios. Now look at the last example, which says the ratio of the number of boys to the number of girls in a class is 3 to 4. There are 16 girls in the class. Find the number of boys in the class. We have boys to girls, and the ratio which is given is for every 3 boys there are 4 girls. So 3 to 4, and number or total number of girls are also given, which are 16. So with the help of equivalent ratio, we are going to find the missing number of boys. So there we know that the total number of girls are 16. So in this case, we are going to think of a number, that what number we multiply by 4 to get 16. Think 4. When we multiply 4 by 4 to get 16, and with the same number we are going to multiply by 3 by 4 to get the number of boys. And this is how we find the missing value. There are 16 boys in the class. Wow, we learned a lot in today's class. So let's recap. A ratio is a comparison of two or more numbers or quantities. And we learned that a ratio can be expressed in 3 different forms: word form, column form, and fraction form. The order of number in ratio is very important. The first thing in ratio always come first, and the second will come second, and the third will come third. Ratio can be simplified by dividing each of them by their greatest common factor. And same like, we can either divide or multiply the ratio by their greatest common factor to find missing values as well. It is also called the equivalent ratio. Student, always remember that practice is a key to perfect. Learning so many things is not very useful when we will not practice of them. So practice on regular basis to enhance your learning. And stay home, stay safe, and stay curious for more learning. Thank you and goodbye. Allah Hafiz. Inshallah, we will meet in our next session.